Good afternoon, everyone. So we'll continue with the yesterday's sum only. So we were at the calculation of the reinforcement. So first of all, we need to calculate the bending moment. So as we had seen yesterday, we have to consider the maximum bending moment. So maximum bending moment for the flight one comes up to be, as you can see in the diagram, maximum bending moment for the flight one is 26.21 kilonewton meter. So that maximum bending moment we are going to consider for the flight 1. Same for the flight 2 also. We are going to consider the maximum bending moment. So flight 2 के लिए maximum bending moment यहाँ पे हमें मिला है 43.196. So for flight 2 also we are going to consider the maximum bending moment, that is 43.196 kilonewton meter. So that bending moment values we are going to consider when we are going to do the calculations for the reinforcement. Then effective depth, as you already know that the effective depth will be same for both the flights, that is of 175 mm. So effective depth will be same. Then you need to calculate the AST required. So for calculation of AST required, you will use the formula, that is 0.5 FCK into B into D upon Fy in bracket 1 minus under root of 1 minus 4.6 mu upon BD square FCK. So in that, what is the value of B? The value of B, you will assume it as 1000. D, that is effective depth, you will take it as 175. Then FCK is 25, as given the grade of concrete is 25. And the Fy, the grade of steel. The grade of steel आपको कितना दिया है? 415. Then mu, that is bending moment, that is 26.21 into 10 raised to power 6, as you have to convert it in mm. So that value you are going to substitute over here. Again BD and FCK is same. So AST required आपको मिलता है 437.75 mm square for the flight 1. And for the flight 2, it will be 750.846. Then AST minimum. AST minimum कैसे कैलकुलेट करोगे? 0.12% of B into D, capital D. So 0.21% of B कितना हुआ? 1000 and capital D is 200. So AST minimum you are going to calculate like that. As the value for the depth is same for both flight 1 and flight 2, AST minimum will be same for both the flight. Then you need to calculate the spacing. So for calculation of spacing, you are going to use the 10 millimeter diameter bar. So 10 millimeter diameter bar you are going to use. So spacing, how you are going to calculate? Yes, can you let me know what is the formula for spacing? Yes, anyone from you? Saurabh, Vinay, what is the formula for spacing? Tanveer?
मैम 3D और 300 mm वाला
Yes, 3D और 300 mm, that is the maximum spacing. बट ये जो स्टेप नंबर 6 में आपने स्पेसिंग कैलकुलेट किया है, सॉरी स्टेप नंबर 5 में जो स्पेसिंग कैलकुलेट किया है, फॉर दैट यू नीड टू यूज द फॉर्मूला, दैट इज एज यू आर गोइंग टू यूज 10 mm 5 bars, मतलब 10 millimeter diameter बार यू आर गोइंग टू यूज. सो स्पेसिंग के लिए pi/4 into d square upon AST required into 1000. So pi/4 into d.
मैम this 10 mm is common for all some.
Yes, mostly we are going to take 10 mm only, because uh, for 10 mm only, the 10 mm is enough for the spacing. 10 to 12 mm. You can take 10 also, or you
Okay
can
ma'am.
take 12 also.
Okay ma'am.
Yeah. So pi/4 into 10 square upon AST required into B. Yes, correct. So that formula only you are going to use. Then AST provided. AST provided के लिए again pi/4 into D square upon what? Upon 100 into B. That सो आपको AST प्रोवाइडेड मिल जाएगा. Then percentage minimum, again for percentage minimum, you are going to use the formula that is AST upon B into D, that is AST provided upon B into D into 100. As this is our third sum, so you should remember all the formulas for all these things. So percentage minimum के लिए आपके पास में formula है AST provided upon B into D into 100. तो उसपे से आपको percentage minimum मिलेगा for both the flights, for flight 1 as well as for flight 2. So percentage minimum, you are going to get it as 0.256 for the flight 1 and 0.449 for the flight 2. So understood this one? Anyone is having any doubt in this? All the ASTs that we had calculated up till now as well as the percentage minimum. If anyone is having any of the doubts or queries, you can ask. Then proceeding further, for the next step, you need to calculate the secondary reinforcement. So again, for the calculation of secondary reinforcement, first of all, you need to calculate AST. So AST calculate करने के लिए again you are having the formula that is 0.12% of B into D. Again, B is 1000 and D is 200. तो आपको AST मिलेगा 240 mm square. Then as it is secondary reinforcement, for secondary reinforcement, you are going to use 8 millimeter diameter bar for the spacing. So again, for the spacing, 5 by 4 into 8 square into B upon your AST. So like that, you need to calculate the spacing. So spacing आपको मिलता है 209.44 mm. And the maximum spacing for secondary reinforcement is 5D or 450 mm. Maximum spacing you have to consider according to the IS code is 5D or 450 mm for the secondary reinforcement. So here minimum spacing you have to consider, that is 200. हमें कितना मिला है 209.44. So after rounding off you will get it as 200. So you have to provide 8 millimeter diameter bar at the rate of 200 millimeter center to center. That will be your secondary reinforcement. After secondary reinforcement, the next step is to check for shear. You need to check your design for the shear. So for shear, maximum shear force, दोनों में से जो भी maximum shear force मिलेगा आपको from the flight 1 as well as from the flight 2, उसमें से maximum shear force you are going to consider. So maximum shear force कितना आता है आपका 36.25 किलो न्यूटन. So maximum shear force is this much. Then you need to calculate tau v. The formula for tau v is V by BD. So here B is 1000 and D is 175. That is effective depth is 175. So tau v आपको मिलता है 0.207 megapascal. And percentage minimum already you had calculated earlier. Then from page number 73 of IS 456-2000, you are going to calculate the tau c for this much. Tau v, if tau v is 0.20 and percentage minimum percentage is 0.449%. So tau c आपको मिलता है 0.455 megapascal. Tau c you are going to get 0.455 megapascal. So, and for D equals to 200 and K equals to 1.2, K into tau C will be 0.55 megapascal. So, tau V is less than tau C. As tau V is less than tau C, abhi K into tau C, this K is what? K is nothing but the overall depth of the slab. So, for D, जब भी आपका D 200 रहेगा, you are going to get the value of K, that is 1.2. This is from the page number 72 of your IS 456-2000. वहां से आपको ये K की वैल्यू मिली है. K is nothing but the overall depth of the slab. So overall depth of the slab you had got from the page number 72 of your IS 456-2000. So after calculating K into tau C, your value comes up to be 0.55 megapascal. So it is fitting in your design criteria, that is tau V is less than K into tau C. So your design is safe. So your check for the shear is safe over here. Then proceeding further, yes, in this step, that is for shear, anyone is having any doubts or any queries? If you are having any of the doubts, you can ask. Otherwise, we will proceed for the last step, that is the check for deflection. Now, we will go do the check for the deflection. So always the check for the deflection is being applied for the longer span. So this formula you are going to get from the page number 38 of your IS 456-2000. So from that page number, Fs will be equals to 0.58. What is Fs? Fs is nothing but the tensile stress. So tensile stress in the reinforcement, you are going to check the tensile stress. So the formula to calculate the tensile stress is 0.58 into 0.58 into Fy into AST required upon AST provided. So this formula is from the page number 38 of your IS 456-2000. So 0.58 Fy, that is grade is given to you, that is 415. AST required आपको मिला है 750.846 and AST provided आपको मिला है 785.39. So after substituting all these values आपको टेंसाइल स्ट्रेस मिलता है 230.1 megapascal. And already percentage minimum you had calculated, that is 0.449%. Then again from the page number 18 of your IS 456, you have to see the modification factor for this percentage. So modification factor is 1.35. So as we are designing for the simply supported slab, D will be equals to L effective upon 20 into modification factor. So L effective length is 4470 upon 20 MFT. So MFT modification factor you had got, that is 1.35. So D कितना मिलता है इसमें से 165.4, that is less than the previous D that you had calculated in the step number 1. तो step number 1 में आपको effective depth कितना मिला था 175. So it is less than that. So our design is safe for the deflection. So here we had completed this sum for your dogleg staircase. Now proceeding for the detailing. So first part, they have told you to calculate from the mid landing level till plinth beam. So as you can see, this is your plinth beam and this is the reinforcement, that is 10 phi at the rate of 175 mm center to center. This is your main reinforcement and this is your secondary reinforcement, that is 8 phi at the rate of 220 mm center to center. Again, here there is your main reinforcement, that is 10 phi at the rate of 175 center to center. 200 is nothing but the depth of the west flap. Again, this beam is your mid landing beam and this is your mid landing level. और ये LD क्या है? LD is nothing but the development length. For staircase, no need to check for the development length. This is from the mid landing level to the plinth beam. Then from mid landing level to the landing level. So as you can see, again the depth is same, that is 200. This is your secondary reinforcement, that is 85 at the rate of 200 millimeter center to center. And here this is your main reinforcement. Then for main reinforcement, you have provided the 10 millimeter diameter bar, and the spacing you have got it as 100 mm center to center. Then this is your LD, that is development length. So this is the detailing for your this particular sum. Yes, anyone is having any of the doubts in this detailing? If you are having any of the query, you can ask. I hope everyone understood. One last sum is remaining of the staircase. Yes, if anyone is having any of the doubts, you can ask. Yes, everyone understood? Any doubts? Okay. Yes, what about others? All the others had also understood? Okay. Okay. So, proceeding with the next sum, I will share this entire PDF with you. Practice of this sum, unless and until you will not practice, you will not able to do these sums in the exams. Okay, this is the last sum for the staircase. So in this particular sum, they have told you to design a staircase for a multi-storied building. So they are told you to design a suitable staircase for a multi-storied building whose room size is 3.5 meter by 4.5 meter and floor to floor height is 3.5 meter. And they have told you to provide the 3 flights. Up till now, हमने जो भी sums किए हैं that are for the 2 flights. But in this sum, they have told you to design for the 3 flights. Around the lift well, lift का size भी उन्होंने दिया है, that is 2 meter by 1.5 meter. And the live load is given to you, that is live load is of 5 kilonewton per meter square. And they have told you to use M20 and Fe415 grades, and they have told you to draw the reinforcement details. उन्होंने आपको क्या क्या दिया है यहाँ पे? They have given you the room size. The size of the room is 3.5 by 4.5 meter. Floor to floor height दिया हुआ है 3.5 meter, as well as lift का size दिया हुआ है, that is 2 by 1.5 meter, and the live load is given to you. And 3 flights, they have told you in the question that the 3 flights are there. So proceeding with the detailing part. First of all, you need to calculate the layout of the staircase. So this is the layout of the staircase. So as they are mentioned in the question, the total size of the room is 3.5 by 4.5 meter. And so 3.5 by 4, this is 4.5 meter. Then the lift is of the size 2 by 1.5. So these two we are converted in mm. So 2 by 1.5. As you can see, this is your first flight, this is your second flight, and this is your third flight. Again, this is your main landing 1 and this is your main landing 2. So as they have mentioned in the question, accordingly, we have drawn this layout. Up till now, हमने जो भी sums किए उसमें हमने सिर्फ 2 ही flights draw किए थे. But in this particular sum, they have told us that do the designing for 3 flights. That's why we have drawn these 3 flights. And this is your lift portion, that is of the size 2 by 1.5. And this is your main landing level 1 and main landing 2. As you can see over here, what we have done, we have provided 230 millimeter thickness, 230 millimeter wide beam we had provided over here from the outside part. As you can see again, here there is slide 1, 2 and 3. And ये diagram is same, only the difference is that we had provided 230 mm wide beam entirely over all the rooms. So as you can see, the room size is 3.5 by 4.5 and this is nothing but the effective length. The effective length, how you are going to calculate the effective length? Yes, ये 4730 कैसे आया? Can anybody let me know? We had provided 230 millimeter wide beam on the upper side also as well as on the lower side also. तो ये effective length 4730 कैसे आया? Yes, anyone from you? Yes. 4500 plus 230 by 2 plus 230 by 2. ये यहाँ से लेके ये यहाँ से सेंटर से लेके नीचे तक के सेंटर तक का डिस्टेंस इज अवर टोटल effective length, that is L effective. So total distance is 4500. 230 ऊपर के बीम का डिस्टेंस, so 230 by 2 and 230 नीचे के बीम का डिस्टेंस. So as we are considering from the half only, so 230 by 2. So ऐसे हमें L effective मिलेगा 4730. Yeah, yes, understood this layout of the staircase. Should I proceed with the designing part? Any queries up till here? Okay. So consider the width of tread. We are going to consider the width of tread as 250 mm. So number of treads in flight 1 and 3. So as you had seen that flight 1 and 3 will be on same side on the same side. So the number of treads will be same for first flight as well as third flight and number of treads and risers will be different for the second flight because see the diagram. See in the layout, this is your first flight, this is your second flight, and this is your third flight. See over here. This is first, this is second, and this is third. तो number of risers और tread first के लिए और third के लिए same रहेंगे, and second के लिए number of risers and tread will be different. So we are going to assume the width of tread as 250 mm. Then number of treads in flight 1 and 3 now will be 2000 by 250. Now what is 2000? 2000 is nothing but the this width of the lift. So 2000 by 250, 250 is your width of tread. So 2000 by 250 comes up to be 8. So number of treads in flight 1 and 3 will be 8. Now here you have to add. So number of risers in flight 1 and 3 will be 8 plus 1, that is 9. अभी तक के हम लोग क्या करते थे? अभी तक की जो भी हमने सॉल्व किया है उसमें हम लोग क्या करते थे? नंबर ऑफ ट्रेड्स सबसे पहले हम नंबर ऑफ राइजर्स कैलकुलेट करते थे एंड देन वी नीड टू कैलकुलेट द नंबर ऑफ ट्रेड्स. बट हियर इन दिस केस it is opposite. First of all, you need to calculate the number of treads and then you need to calculate the number of risers. This sum is slightly different than the earlier sums that we had solved up till now. So, first of all, you need to calculate the number of treads in flight 1 and 3. That is 2000 by 250. 2000 is nothing but the width of the left. That is 2000 and 250 is your width of tread. So उसमें से आपको number of treads मिलेगा 8. Then number of risers in first and third flight. So number of risers in flight 1 and 3 will be 8 plus 1, that will be 9. Then you need to calculate अभी number of treads, तो आपने treads और risers दोनों भी calculate कर लिए for flight 1 as well as for flight 3. Now you need to calculate the number of treads and risers for the flight 2. So flight 2 के लिए you are going to take again 1500, that is nothing but the size of your lift. So 1500 by 250, 250 is your width of tread that you had assumed earlier. So it will be 6. So number of treads in flight 2 will be 6. In number of risers, again you have to add it by 1. So number of risers in flight 2 will be 6 plus 1, that will be 7. Now you need to calculate the total number of risers. अभी total number of risers कितने हैं वो आपको calculate करना है. तो सबसे पहले you had calculated the number of risers in flight 1 and flight 3. So number of risers in flight 1 and 3 will be 9. So 9, this is for the flight 1, this 9 is for the flight 3, and this 7 is for the flight 2. So total number of risers हमें मिलता है 25. Then height of riser. हाइट ऑफ राइजर के लिए हमारे पास फ्लोर टू फ्लोर हाइट कितना दिया हुआ है क्वेश्चन में. फ्लोर टू फ्लोर हाइट दे हैव गिवन यू 3.5 मीटर. सो आफ्टर कन्वर्टिंग इन mm आपको मिलता है 3500. 3500 अपॉन टोटल नंबर ऑफ राइजर्स. टोटल नंबर ऑफ राइजर्स यू हैड गॉट 25. सो 3500 by 25, हाइट ऑफ द राइजर आपको मिलता है 140 mm. So clear up till here, anyone is having any doubt? Should I proceed with the calculation of depth? ये number of risers और treads सबको समझ में आया? Okay. Yes, what about others? Yes, Fateh, Swati, Faraz, Mohit. Everyone understood? Okay, then proceeding with the next step, that is for the calculation of depth. So already we had calculated L effective. Effective length हमें मिला था 4730. So effective length is 4730. Then you need to calculate the effective length you had got 4730. Now you need to calculate the effective depth, that is D. Again we are going, they are not mentioned whether it is simply supported or whether it is which type of slab. So we are going to take it as simply supported slab. So for simply supported slab, the formula to calculate D is L effective upon 20 MFT. That is modification factor. So L effective is 4730 upon 20 into modification factor. So modification factor, as I've told you before also, you have to take minimum from 1.2 to 1.6. So in some books they have taken 1.3 and in some books they have taken 1.4 or 1.5. So for safer side we are going to take it as 1.3. So we have taken 1.3. So after doing the calculations, आपको D की value मिलती है 181.92 mm. Then you are going to assume the cover. Effective cover आप लोगे 25 mm. D will be 181.92 plus 25, that will be 206.923. Then after that, after rounding off, provide D, that is 225 mm. And the effective depth, that is small d, is 225 minus 25, that will be 200 mm. So in this way, you have done the calculation for the depth. Then you need to calculate for the loads. Now, calculation of all the loads that are applying on the your staircase. So first of all, you need to calculate the self weight on the west slab. So for calculation of self weight on the west slab, there is one formula, that is D into 25 into X by T. So D is 225. So you have to convert it in meter. So 0.225 into 25 into X by T. Now, can you tell me how to calculate the X? Width of thread हमने कितना लिया है? 250. And height of riser is 140. So you have to apply the Pythagoras theorem. So under root of 250 square plus 140 square, you will get the value for X. So X की value आपको मिलेगी 0.2865 upon T, that is the width of thread. So width of thread आपने लिया था 250. So again you have to convert it in mm. So 0.25. उसमें से आपको सेल्फ वेट ऑफ द वेस्ट स्लैब मिलता है 6.45 किलो न्यूटन पर मीटर स्क्वायर. Yes, understood this step. Anyone is having any query up till here? Should I proceed with the dead load? यहाँ तक के समझ में आया सबको? Now proceeding with the next, that is the dead load on the steps. So dead load on the steps is 12 into 0.14. So that will comes up to be 1.68. Then after that you need to calculate for the floor finish. For floor finish, that the formula is R plus T by T into 1. So R is your 0.14, T is 0.25 upon T, that is 0.25 into 1. So floor finish, you are going to get 1.56 kilonewton per meter square. And the live load. Live load is given to you in the question, that is 5 kilonewton per meter square. So total load comes up to be 14.69 kilonewton per meter square. What is 0.14? 0.14 is nothing but the riser. जो आपको राइजर मिला है, विड्थ ऑफ राइजर आपको मिला है, हाइट ऑफ राइजर कितना मिला है 140 mm. सो दैट इज योर 0.14 और विड्थ ऑफ थ्रेड है आपका 50. यस, अंडरस्टूड. So total load comes up to be 14.69 kilonewton per meter square. Then you need to calculate the factor load. So factor load will be 1.5 into 14.69, that is 22.035 kilonewton per meter square. So considering per meter width, that is limit load. Limit load is nothing but the factor load, that is 22.035 kilonewton per meter, as we are going to consider for the per meter width. तो पर मीटर विड्थ के लिए आपकी वैल्यू रहेगी 22.035 किलो न्यूटन पर मीटर. देन यू नीड टू कैलकुलेट, ये आपने फैक्टर लोड किसके लिए कैलकुलेट किया? दिस इज फॉर द फ्लाइट. फ्लाइट के लिए यू हैड कैलकुलेटेड then load to be considered on the main landing flight. Now you need to calculate for the main landing flight. So for main landing, you have to divide it by 2. So 22.035 divided by 2, the value comes to 11.0175. This is for the main landing flight. Then you need to calculate the shear force and bending moment. Yes, everyone understood the loading calculations? Any queries in the loading calculations? If you are having any of the doubts in the loading calculations, you can ask. y divided by 2. Yes, see your diagram. First, we had calculated for this one. Then we had calculated for the मिड लैंडिंग वन. पहले हमने ऊपर के फ्लाइट के लिए कैलकुलेट किया, फिर नीचे के लिए कैलकुलेट किया. सो वी नीड टू डिवाइड इट बाय 2. देन shear force एंड बेंडिंग मोमेंट. तो हमें मिड लैंडिंग के लिए वैल्यू मिला था 11.075 किलो न्यूटन पर मीटर. And for this one, we have got the value that is 22.035. So this is nothing but the factor load for mid landing, and this is factor load for the flight. Now you need to calculate the distance. अभी distance calculate करने के लिए इसका size कितना था 1500. So 1500. अभी total हमारा कितना है? Total is our 3.5. Yes. Total is our 3.5. So इसका कितना था हमारा लैंडिंग का 1500, डेट इज 1.5. सो 1.5 प्लस वो जो हमने बीम का थिकनेस कितना ऐड किया था 230. सो 230 डिवाइडेड बाय 2, दैट इज 115. सो व्हेन यू आर गोइंग टू कन्वर्ट इट इन मीटर, दैट इज 0.115. 0.115 प्लस 1.5 आपको मिलेगा 1.615. 0.115 plus 1.5 आपको मिला 1.65. So this 1.615 is nothing but the distance for the landing. Then total is your 3.5. So 3.5 minus 1.615, you will get 1.885. So this 1.885 is nothing but distance for the flight for this load, that is for the load 22.035. Then after doing this, you need to calculate the SFD and BMD for this particular beam. SFD और BMD तो सबको आता है, I think. I hope everyone is knowing the SFD and BMD calculations. Last 1 minute is there, so rejoin the lecture again immediately. And those who have not given the attendance, give your attendance in the chat box. Yes, everyone understood these beam calculations. Now, how you are going to calculate SFD and BMD? I hope everyone is knowing how to calculate shear force and bending moment diagram. कोई है जिसको नहीं आता है? I hope everyone is knowing. Should I proceed with the next? This is for the flight 1 and 3. These all the calculations are for flight 1 and 3. So as for flight 1 and 3, SFD and BMD will also be same. Then for flight 2,